right now, you internally have dreams, goals and aspirations, but you're looking into the future and thinking, man, this ain't gonna work. This is not looking good. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get myself on the housing ladder. I might be renting for life. Not really sure if I'm gonna make enough money to have financial freedom. I think I'm just gonna be getting by. And you're not sure if you're ever going to be able to match your passions and income so you enjoy your work. My friend, let me tell you, you are not alone, but you are wrong. And I want to make a case for why we should still be optimistic about the future, even amongst bad news, negative headlines, and people telling you that your generation is cooked. So I personally have worked across the UK with hundreds of thousands of young people, right? And there's been this clear dip in hope. When I first started 10 years ago, I was, this young lad coming in working with these other young people, and everyone had this real bounce. It was like, yeah, future's gonna be great. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And everyone had this real clear drive. I go in now and there's genuinely a shift where people are sort of like, man, I don't know. I don't know what's out there. I don't know what life's looking like. And it's no surprise. You look on the news, you're being told your grandparents bought houses for 25p, and if you want one, it's gonna be 5 million. If you drink through this plastic straw, the world is going to flood and it's gonna be all your fault. And then you're being challenged on if you even want a family. Why would you want to get married? Why a relationship? It's like everything that's beautiful is being attacked and making you second guess whether it's the right path or not for you. So hear me out. There are a minimum of 3 reasons why you should still be optimistic for the future. Let me make my case. Number 1, this is the greatest time to be alive as far as opportunities and information. You right now have the ability to jump online, type something into YouTube and learn anything. I'm not that old, right? But when I was younger, if you wanted to know something, we had a library. You had libraries set up in your local community. Our school had a library you could go to. You can go find information. You get your little library card, boom, I want to find out about this, take it out. Your parents, even different for them. And then as I got into my late teens, the internet came about and you could start to Google things and you'd read about it. And there was a lot of information there. Then, bang, YouTube appears. And it's instant. You haven't got to wait for anything. You can become an expert in anything if you spent a good month solidly just watching information on that single subject. This is the greatest time. If you figure out the right skills that you need to acquire and go and search for those skills, you're laughing. I think back to when I was younger and I was looking to start my first business. I had to use whatever was around me at the time. The first business was this little stand in my front garden where I rented games and DVDs to neighbours, well, videos, but DVDs to neighbours. And then later on I started an under 18s club night because there was a problem with people using fake ID where I lived, and I came up with a solution for the clubs but could make money from people attending the club nights. But it was based on the resources I had, seeing a problem locally and then doing something locally. There was no real understanding of how I could make money beyond my instant market, beyond my instant area and friends. So I just didn't have that ambition to even try. I made money locally. I washed cars. You know what I mean? I did those kind of activities. I taught street dance to friends and people who wanted to learn to dance, and then I started teaching street dance in local schools around the area, but everything was based on this little ecosystem. You can skip your entire ecosystem and jump to the world today. You can learn video editing over the next 6 weeks and have clients in Singapore, Australia and America while you're chilling in England. So that's argument number 1. Argument number 2 is right now there is more appreciation for the importance of investing in young people than there was before. Now, what I mean by this is, when I was younger and we spoke about apprenticeships, they were just shoved to the side. Our apprenticeships for those who aren't really academic, don't worry about that. You either got on well in school with the academic route, or you'll have to figure it out later, but it was as if there's no hope for you. Now, there's a real respect for what young people can bring to the table. You've got apprenticeships left, right and centre. You've got companies with degree apprenticeships now where they'll pay for you to get a degree whilst training you. There are early careers programs being set up where they're bringing you in to just see the company, get training before you're even ready to apply. You've got banks setting up accelerator programs where they invest in entrepreneurs. You can, as a young person, approach someone older, approach a company, approach a small to medium enterprise and pitch your worth, and they'll take you seriously. I know this because someone who's in sixth form currently manages my Instagram. I have had year 10s edit videos for me online. And there are real examples, if you spend a little time jumping online, of young people who have started brands, started businesses, doing business with bigger, more established people in companies. And number 3, it's a bit of a backhander, but the world's distracted. This is the most distracting time we've had in history. I used to get home from school, play a bit of PlayStation. The internet just wasn't that exciting. You jump on, I go on AOL, you might spend 20-30 minutes on it, then I'm out. Even when I got into secondary school and was a bit older, Bebo was sick, but you wouldn't spend all day on Bebo. You'd share your love, rearrange your friends, and crack on. MySpace, SoundCloud, might listen to a few tunes, but you'd crack on, and then you'd go out and you'd go outside and you go to town and you go. And this is how I saw the opportunities for, oh, they want street dance, let me teach it. I've got all these video games, they don't have it, let me rent it out. And you could see the opportunities because we were just outside. We were out there going to people's houses, going to different areas, mixing with people from different schools. You can see opportunities. Now, people are going home, picking up that Xbox, and they're gone into the virtual world. You go on most people's screen time right now, it's hours. People are distracted. The news is constant. You're being barraged by it all the time. Your notifications are on, so it's just ping, 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 ping. Most people are so distracted, they can't stick with one single project for a sustained period of time, which opens up a world of opportunities. You're being told all these different ways you could be successful, all these different pathways to take, and while most people are going, maybe that, maybe that, maybe that, if you're the person who just picks one and goes with it, you can win. I know this from experience because in my teenage years, I was a jack of all trades. I just did everything. I worked at the bowling alley, I was a rock climbing instructor, I taught fencing. And it wasn't until I decided I'm going to do this motivational speaker thing, I'm going to build a company, that things started to go well. So there's a real power in being clear, sticking to it, and making it happen. And by the way, all these doubts that they're planting about should you get married, should you have relationships, I mean, it's a whole nother video that I'll do, but I just want to be clear. My business grew, doubled once I got married. And once I started to have those conversations about where I'm going and my goals and sit down with my wife and have a partner in life of moving forwards, things got better after marriage, not the other way around. So be careful who you're listening to, because I'm seeing a bunch of unmarried single people giving out advice about marriage and a family. Becoming a father gave me a different kind of drive, because it's not just about my selfish needs now, it's about providing for daughters, and that's different. But I'll share that for another video. So if you've been sat there struggling with hope, with should I go for it, is there even a point in trying? The answer is yes, 100%. The future is bright and the future is yours, and it's there for the taking because most people are distracted. The information's at your fingertips. Young people have access to more opportunities than they ever have before, and most people are too distracted to do something about it. So if you could be one of those people, you're gonna live a pretty happy life, and you should be very excited about what the future entails. So that's what we're gonna be doing here on this channel. We're gonna be exploring concepts and ideas on how you can go from this person with potential to someone who's coasting, to getting better than your expectations, and then becoming a high performer who goes out and gets results and lives the life that they want. So if that sounds like you, subscribe. If you think you know a friend who could benefit from hearing this message, share it across, and I look forward to being of service on this channel. Let's go together, let's grow together. I've been Kamal. Peace.